Hello, I'm Trace.
And I'm Sam.
And we're two peas in a pod. And this is From Our Perspective. Welcome
I always
to the
take
one...
I always take like a big breath after the intro because I like hold my breath.
Yeah,
what were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
It's all well. No. It's fine. It's fine.
No, I want to know.
Let's keep going. No, let's keep going. It is weird to like actually jump in to the episode after the intro because we do like an actual intro, and it's hard to transition, especially when your friend and co-host cuts you off as you're trying to transition into the actual episode. So, as I was saying...
Are you just going to piss me off every time we do an episode now?
I think so. I think I'm going to find a way to do it. I like poking your buttons.
Hold on. Poking your buttons? I don't think that's the expression usually.
Are you sure?
Pushing?
I think that's wrong too. Anyway, welcome to the one, the only 19th episode of your favorite podcast that you all listen to, everybody in the world. We just hit 7 billion downloads. Congrats us.
Wow, that happened fast.
I know. We went from like 325 to 7 billion in a day.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So,
you didn't even tell me about that.
Yep. So back off Joe Rogan. We are the best podcast in the world now. Why does everyone like his show? I've never listened to it, so I guess I couldn't.
I've seen clips, and it's just kind of... I don't want to throw shade.
I've seen clips
fine.
too. Like I watched Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about why he doesn't have a phone case on his phone.
But I like to watch Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I remember one time I watched a video where he talked about water towers for like too long.
I can imagine that you didn't absorb any of the information. You were just like, "Yep, I agree."
Yeah, I couldn't tell you a damn thing about water towers.
I know that I think that there's water up there.
I think there is.
I don't understand.
Otherwise, why would they call it that?
Can you tell? Do you know how water towers work? Because I sure as hell don't.
There's a guy and he like lives underneath it.
There's a water wizard who lives in the dome.
No, it's a water goblin, and he lives in the water tower.
Yeah.
And whenever somebody turns on their faucet, he has to crank a knob, so he's just running around cranking knobs.
Quasimodo style. He's like this ugly dude who's in charge of.
Well, he's a goblin.
Water.
So.
Yeah, that's true.
I think as soon as if you're a handsome goblin, you're not a goblin anymore. You're like
you're just a
I think you're a gremlin. You get upgraded.
Is goblin worse than a gremlin?
I don't know which one's worse.
Because I always thought gremlins they're like terrifying.
Maybe you become whatever the name for them before they turn into gremlins.
A mogwai?
Yeah, that thing.
Okay, so it goes gremlin, goblin, mogwai.
Yeah.
Man? Human?
Just a boy?
A boy?
Okay, what about trolls, ogres, and orcs? How do they fit into this scale?
Okay.
Well, those... Okay.
Okay, so this is an attractiveness scale.
All of those are
correct?
uglier than a mogwai, because those are cute.
Yeah. So this is an attractiveness scale, though, right?
Yeah, let's... Okay, just to put it in perspective, we are ranking the hotness of goblins, gremlins, ogres, orcs, and trolls.
And humans.
I think a human would go at the top because they're
But no, here's the thing. Does it matter about what like their
personality
species is? Because someone could
ogres are like
be,
onions.
And they have layers. No. Don't get me started. Anyway.
Okay.
A human, someone who is technically a human could be butt-ass ugly. So they would obviously fall below mogwai. Okay. I think mogwai has to be at the top of this list.
I think it's higher than people.
They're so adorable.
And they're exclusively cute.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine an ugly one.
Even when they're like
then it would just be a gremlin.
Even when it's just a gremlin. Even when they're rambunctious, like after Gizmo gets drenched in water and he he spores out these little Mogwai, and then even when they're rambunctious like Gizmo's offspring, they're still just so adorable.
Okay, maybe Mogwais and Gremlins, it's like ugly people versus pretty people. Maybe that's just like that. Like, I know
this is gonna be.
I eat a lot of food past midnight, and I'm hideous. So
okay. I guess we're gonna talk about the movie Gremlins now. I guess that's where this is going.
It's going all over the place.
It's always after midnight. Is the thing?
Yeah, it is. It's exclusively after midnight. I think I was talking about that with my brother one day.
Here's the thing.
Because a new day starts after midnight.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Time is a human construct. Like, the passage of time isn't...
Like, in terms of, like, hours, you mean, right?
Yeah. So, day and night doesn't really mean anything. It just means when it's not light and when it is.
Yeah.
So, why would the genetics of a species work on if they eat literally any time of day?
Because they had to do it for the script.
Because it's a movie. But we're not in a movie.
We're in real life with real gremlins. I need help.
This is real life. My town is being terrorized by gremlins. That movie is really good. I really love that movie.
I have not seen Gremlins in a very long time.
My favorite part is when the main character's mom is alone in the house.
Oh, yeah, and she, like, murders, like, 3 of them.
But as she's doing it, the song "Can You Hear What I Hear" is playing.
Oh yeah,
because that's a Christmas movie. Let us not forget that movies such as Gremlins and Die Hard are Christmas movies.
That's true.
And so this like beautiful Christmas carol, and I never had heard that song until I'd watched the movie Gremlins, and I'd watched the movie Gremlins like the first time when I was young. So every time I hear that song, I think about that scene now. The movie Gremlins has had such a big
experience of that song.
Yeah, like I remember the scene where she closes one in a microwave and it explodes.
That's amazing.
It gooshes all over.
I gotta watch
all over the inside of it. Yeah, I gotta watch Gremlins now. All right, this has been from our perspective. We have to go watch Gremlins because that movie's really good. And there's that whole scene in the school, and then the end where Gizmo's driving in that little itty bitty car and killing the gremlins.
Yeah,
so good. Okay.
Well, let's not spoil it for anybody.
Yeah, let's not spoil it.
Even though who hasn't seen Gremlins at some point?
Well, here's the thing: if this is the way I see the movie Gremlins. If you haven't seen it, then you're missing out. If you have seen it, you love it. I don't think anyone doesn't like that movie because it is just so good.
Yeah, it might not be like everyone's favorite movie, but it's.
Would it be considered a cult classic?
Is it? Did it do well? That would be the question.
Is Gremlins scary? A Christmas movie?
Yes.
No, and yes, respectively. Is Gremlins a cult classic? A cultist?
I would like to join the cult of Gizmo.
Now that is cult film in review. So I guess so.
Believe it or not, the topic today is not the Gremlins.
Is nothing to do with Gremlins, or it almost had something to do with movies because I was going to talk about sequels.
Okay.
And bad sequels.
Maybe we'll get to that another day.
Yeah, maybe we will get to that. I was on one website that I never want to read again because they said Home Alone 2 was a bad sequel.
What?
Anyone who says that Home Alone 2 is a bad sequel needs to get out of my life, and I hate them forever.
Okay, here's one thing. You can like Home Alone 1 more than Home Alone 2. That's fine. But like to say it's a bad sequel, there are a lot of bad sequels out there, and Home Alone 2 is not one of them.
Like, I guess maybe the biggest problem, and I don't know how anyone would find this as a problem. It's a Home Alone movie, for Christ's sakes, is that it's not very different. It's just like a new playground for Kevin to play in.
But Tim Curry.
But then you got to think about this: Tim Curry and Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider. Tip, please. Am I right?
Tip, please. Yeah, are in this movie. And then there's the point where the bird lady kills two men by throwing seeds on them and having her swarm of birds eat them, I think, is what happens.
That's also a Christmas movie.
That is also a Christmas movie.
It's June.
Did you ever see the third, fourth, and fifth Home Alone movies?
No, because I don't hate myself.
Now, I used to be a real big fan of the third one. The third one is the one where it's not Macaulay Culkin, and there are four bad guys.
That one guy? Is that the one with him?
Remember. The British guy.
I think so.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, never mind then.
There are four bad guys in that one.
Yeah.
And then the fourth one is another one I've seen. I never saw the fifth one. The fifth one replaced the Macaulay Culkin type character with a little girl.
Oh, they did? I didn't know that.
They did. The fourth one is like a weird reboot where it's a guy and a girl, and they're the bandits, and they're called, one of them's called Marv.
Uh-huh.
It's like a weird reboot. And
yeah,
like
I think French
bandit.
Stewart's in that one.
Yeah, French Stewart's either Marv or the other
Marv.
one.
It's Marv.
I can't remember Joe Pesci's character's name. Why are we talking?
I don't know. We went off on a tangent. Well, let's get into the topic then. If you want to be done with this, I'm fine talking about Home Alone all day long.
I could. Like, there's the scene in the...
Oh, God. I was kind of kidding.
The scene in I think the first one where he, like, tars the steps going up. And then there's the nail in the steps.
Yeah.
And he so forcefully steps on it. That always just kills me. It makes me feel so uncomfortable. The same scene where he puts the Christmas ornaments broken outside of the window. Yeah. There's something about, I have very sensitive feet, and there's something about watching people's feet get hurt that just utterly irks me in every single way.
I'm so sorry.
You should be. It's your fault. You are Chris Columbus.
Yeah.
You are Christopher Columbus.
Didn't he direct both those movies?
The first two, yeah.
Did
he also sailed the Ocean Blue, I think.
Did he do Gremlins?
Did he?
I think he might have.
If he has done Gremlins, he might be the best director known to man. Gremlins.
I don't know about that.
Director. Oh, yeah, there's a second Gremlins movie I didn't know
there's
about.
Gremlins,
The New Batch. Interesting. Gremlins director. Director's cut. Now I might have to check that out. Director. Nope.
No, it isn't. Who is it?
No, it's Joe Dante.
Okay, I don't know who that is, but I thought it might be. Oh, I'm sorry. I forget things sometimes.
That's funny. Okay.
Anyways, we're moving on now because
we're moving on. I had
Trace
something
laughed
prepared
in my
for the
face,
first.
like literally.
I had something prepared for the first 10 minutes, but I guess not. That was my fault. All right. So this week we are talking about hobbies. Now, do you have any hobbies, Sam?
Okay, define hobby, I guess, would be the main thing.
Oh shit! Now I have to pull up the hobby definition.
No, I think a hobby is anything you like do for fun, right?
Hobby definition.
Do you have to spend money on it for
an
it to be a hobby?
activity done regularly in one leisure's time for pleasure.
Like video games? That would be a hobby, I guess.
Yeah, like a pastime.
A doodle. A doodle some.
Now I'm looking at the definition for hobby. So the first one is the one I just read to you. The second one says archaic, a small horse or pony.
That means old. That means people used to call a small horse or pony a hobby. Back in the day.
Now I'm looking at the use over time for the word hobby, and it really spiked in like the 1940s.
Sorry,
people... And then it plateaued through the 50s, and around 55 it took a horrible dip.
Well, I'm still using the word hobby. What about Hobby Lobby?
What about, I guess Hobby Lobbies got really popular in 1940. I don't know. Anyway, but so video games would be in.
I guess hobby. That's a hobby. Doodling.
I think podcasting is a hobby. Since we don't get sponsored at all yet.
I don't do this for pleasure. I do this for the money.
I do this for the cheddar.
All that.
I don't know why you're
all that
still
non-existent.
doing it.
I'm doing it for Pop-Tarts.
Oh yeah, callback.
Yeah.
You really got to start reading your contracts.
Yeah, I know. I'm fine with Pop-Tarts.
But now I get 100% of all.
That's
of
right.
the cash, and all I have to give you is a pack of Pop-Tarts a month.
Yeah, it's no problem.
Okay. Anyway.
Okay. Anyways,
so I would say. So you said video games, doodling. I'd say we both.
Acting.
Those are two things that I somewhat do. I don't doodle as much as you do because you're a much better artist than I. I would say. I also have video game as a hobby. Podcasting is another one of mine.
I do
acting.
I do taxidermy. I do
taxidermy. I just kill people.
I clean people's septic tanks. These are all very fun things for me.
Is that a okay?
They
why?
Well, these are lies, but
some people do actually really enjoy taxidermy, and the concept of someone loving
okay, hold on.
An animal is scary.
Quick aside: do you remember when we had to take those aptitude tests? Like, oh, here's what job fits you.
Oh yeah.
I got number 2, taxidermist. I don't know what that means about how I answered. Like, I'm
scared about it.
And like number 1, like if they could have put serial killer, it would have been number 1, but they didn't. But they can't say
that. 1
that.
Serial killer. Number 2, animal torturer. Number 3, taxidermist. Anyway, so I'd say we don't have as many hobbies as. I mean, honestly, I don't know how many, what the national average for hobbies is. But I could say we should pick up some more hobbies. And I think by the end of this episode, we will.
Okay. Well, let's find out.
So I looked up, the first thing we're going to talk about is stereotypical hobbies.
Okay.
Now, I typed in Google stereotypical hobbies. I haven't clicked a link on this page yet because there are just 3 that are really calling for me.
Okay.
45 hobbies for men. 9 lame hobbies white people love.
All right,
and then 35 hobbies
let's
for
confirm
women.
or deny that.
We are both white people, so I think we can.
Let's weigh in.
We might be able to answer these questions.
This sounds like something that should be on BuzzFeed.
It's on Cracked.com.
That's almost BuzzFeed.
That's basically BuzzFeed. Climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. Is that a hobby?
And are white people just like biting at the?
They're on the. Apparently, we as a race are on the edge of our seats, looking to climb Mount Kilimanjaro.
You know, I've always had the urge.
Would you like to hear a little bit more about this hobby?
And just.
Would you like to hear a little bit more about this hobby?
Sure. They use their legs.
They use their legs. Mount Kilimanjaro's name might literally mean white mountain. This would be totally appropriate considering how crowds of white people flock to it. Is this racist?
Do they? I have never heard of this.
I've never.
And I know a lot of white people.
If that's a stereotype, I might be able to just go ahead and say myth busted.
I've heard of worse stereotypes, so this is fine.
That's true, I guess.
What's the next one?
Okay, upcycling. Do what?
What?
So I get upcycling is when you take something old and useless and turn it into something pretty and useful. For most of the world's population, it's just called being poor. It exists as upcycling for the same reason ghetto tourism exists. I'm uncomfortable.
I don't know what this is. I am so confused.
Glamping. Now, this is one that we've talked about this one before. It's one that you're all for and one that I'm all against.
It's not that I'm all for it. It's just if somebody had to make me go camping, I would rather glamp than just plain old camp.
Yeah.
I prefer to just get a cabin and not worry about it.
Yeah. The next one is homebrewing beer. What is this list?
I've never done any of these things.
So far, I haven't either.
Okay, just let's rapid fire it.
Whittling woodworking. Now, that's something I want to do.
I never do that.
I never knew that. Okay, yep, I never do that. Adult coloring books. That is something that
I've known people that do that.
You know what? That's that's something that us white people be doing.
I didn't know that was a exclusive thing, but
apparently it is.
Apparently.
Road trips. What? Why is that? This is lame. How is road trips lame? I guess to any of our listeners who aren't white are just like, man, these guys are really white, aren't they?
I don't even know. I don't even care about this list anymore, to be honest.
Board games is number 2. Okay, we're
board games. Done. What?
Board games? That's not a hobby.
That was our last episode.
Oh my god, are we? Sam, I didn't know I was white all this time. I guess I am.
Oh no!
And then the number 1 is droning.
What? Hold on.
Droning?
What does
like
that
drones?
Mean? Oh, I thought you meant they just talk on and they don't shut up like that.
Like the teacher from Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
Bueller.
Anyways, so what are some actually interesting hobbies that aren't exclusive to white people?
Let's go to. I mean, we're men, so let's look at hobbies for men.
The
art of manliness.
Okay, man.
Yeah,
man stuff.
Chess. What? That's number 1. Ham radio is number 2. We're gonna rapid fire it until we find something that we like.
Okay.
Ham radio. I do have an interesting story. My brother is the type of guy who goes through phases a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So when he was younger, he went through his goth emo phase, and that was funny.
Yeah.
But recently, he went through this country boy phase.
I know your brother. I could not see that.
Yeah, I mean, he had the swoop, and he'd
my God,
he'd to dye his hair, and he'd listen to My Chemical Romance and Panic at the Disco and stuff like that.
That's nice.
But more recently, he went through a country boy phase, and he had a big Bronco truck. And he installed a ham radio in it, and I was like, why? But it was really fun trying to talk to truckers on it and learning trucker lingo.
Uh-huh.
We have a sandbagger on the line, which means that someone's listening and not talking.
Oh.
So that was neat. It never worked though. I guess I should say
okay.
that. We never got it to work. Reading? Is that something just for men?
Yeah, I don't know if reading is just for men, but
playing the guitar. Another thing that
I don't think that's specific to any one person.
Now, ham
these
radio,
lists stink. I do see ham radio.
Ballroom dancing.
Here's the thing: no woman would be dumb enough to tinker with a ham radio.
Yeah, because us men aren't dumb. I feel like this list could also be okay, so I see what it's saying. It's saying that these hobbies make someone, I guess, more manly. Because it says guitar equals manly, which is
reading.
Something it makes it lets you connect with great thinkers and writers of history, and exposes you to new ideas. So, ballroom dancing.
What?
Yeah, ballroom dancing. Harness your
okay.
inner Fred Astaire by taking up ballroom dancing. I guess.
How are both these lists so shit?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I remember in elementary school, I went to a private school, and we had to take mandatory ballroom dancing classes. And I remember we had to do this little performance. First of all, our instructor was this Russian lady who was so fucking intimidating. But I remember we had to do this performance, I guess, where we showed all our parents how we could shittily ballroom dance. And I remember because during that performance we had to switch partners multiple times, and there's this girl I had a big crush on throughout all of elementary school, and I was like, oh my god, let me dance with her, oh my god, let me dance with her, please.
And what happened?
I think I did dance with her,
and now you're married, right?
And now I popped the big question. Woodworking. That's another one that I've seen. Now, woodworking does intrigue me, so I guess I am a white man, as these two lists have really confirmed. Gardening. What?
I don't know. Why are we still reading these? Can we get to the stereotypical ones?
these are the stereotypical ones.
What?
That's what I looked up.
When I think hobby, I think
Okay. Like ships and bottles.
like model trains and like
Let's see. Okay.
bird watching.
Okay, we'll keep firing through it. We won't stop that much on this one. Hunting.
Okay. Hunting.
Fishing.
Sure.
Whittling.
Fishing, sure.
Whittling is something I would love to do.
What is Okay, hold on. Hold the
What?
phone. What is whittling? You just take a piece of wood and you just cut at
Carve
it?
it. You carve it.
You carve it, or do you just like cut it into pieces?
Yeah, all you need is a knife, a piece of soft wood, a rocking chair, a corncob pipe, and most importantly, plenty of time. So,
But you're not like
it's carving.
you're not sculpting it into anything though, are you?
Sometimes you are.
You're just cutting a piece of wood?
I don't even know. I guess I don't know.
Wow.
Geocaching.
I don't know what that is.
I don't either. I'm not going to get into it. Sports. Model building. Oh yeah.
Model building. I've done that.
Model building replicas of cars, planes, and ships might have been something you enjoyed as a boy. Nope.
Dude, building models is fun.
I mean, sure, I guess.
It is.
We'll keep going. We'll keep going.
So that's
leatherworking.
That's one that applies to me. There we go.
Leatherworking, bowling, archery. Now, I remember we had to do archery in middle school mandatorily, and I remember hitting the fucking bullseye at once, and I was like, I'm the best at this. Like, some other kids who, like, grew up doing archery were, like, nailing the bullseye each time, but I was like, fuck all of you. I'll take you on. I will win because I just hit the bullseye.
Because I'm Legolas.
Like, I remember not doing too bad. Maybe I will do, like, really
I don't
bad
even
if I
remember
tried to do
doing archery.
You didn't have to do it?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I really don't think I had to.
Well, it was the coolest part of middle school. Letter writing.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's a hobby. Is letter writing is a hobby apparently. Martial arts.
Dude, black belt.
I'm a level 3 boy.
Did you ever take like karate or anything?
No, I went to one of my cousin's karate classes when I was like 5.
And you beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, I killed him with my bare hands. Hiking. Alcohol, cigar, pipe smoking connoisseur.
That's all one then. You know, that would be a talent to like do all those things at once.
Smoking a cigar, puffing on a pipe, and then drinking alcohol all at the same time.
I just imagine he's got a cigar in one nostril, a pipe in the other, and just like down in some whiskey. and then he immediately grows a beard.
Yeah, you would either grow a beard immediately or die.
Die is the more likely one because you're breathing in and drinking at the same time.
See, the weirdest thing about this is that this could just be like hobbies, not I guess none of these are really like. I mean, I guess some of them are stereotypically more men based,
but not all of them. Like gardening.
Yeah, which was weird because this is website's called artofmanliness.com. So I'm just like, are these manly? Photography, pool, billiards. Is that a hobby or a game?
I don't know.
All I know is I love playing pool. Mountaineering, cooking, blacksmithing.
Now that is manly.
That is manly.
I wish I knew how to blacksmith. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I just imagine this big, burly, shirtless dude in like this leather. Shirtless probably wouldn't be the best way to go while blacksmithing.
Like sweaty and like he's really
sweaty.
hot. And he looks like Chris Hemsworth.
And oh my god, this is my erotic fan fiction.
That's your fan fiction.
Flying, magic, learning a foreign language. Is that a hobby or like a skill?
I mean, hobbies can be skills, I guess.
I guess that's true. If I was really good at whittling, I guess I'd be a whittler. I just really want to whittle.
I don't know.
That's something I really want to do.
I don't know exactly what it is. So,
card playing, blogging, paintball, fencing, beer brewing. Oh my god. Is that a hobby? That's the second time we've seen that. Drawing and painting, amateur astronomy, genealogy, Adventure race. This is too many. Knitting?
Oh my god, that's not. I'm sorry. That's not
sorry.
a stereotypical male thing.
Yeah. If we want to be... If we're going to look through this as manly hobbies, knitting is not...
Knitting is not. That's like one of the ones that like can't be.
Now, it's not... Trust me, I'm not saying if you're a man you can't knit.
Yeah,
I don't
give a shit. Knitting would be awesome. Crocheting would be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be dope. But you know what?
The last
it's
one
not
is computer
stereotypically manly.
Yeah, the same as gardening.
Where's like chopping wood and like
and like whittling,
drinking beer and like arm wrestling? Why aren't these on this list?
Now some of those were on this list, Sam.
Well, whatever.
The only one that wasn't on this list was
doing
arm
coke,
wrestling. Doing cocaine.
Why isn't that on there?
Drugs.
Hard drugs. Cooking meth.
You know, the hobbies.
You know, like when I think of a man's night, it's cooking meth and chopping wood.
Yeah. I want to quickly, and I stress this very quickly, go through the women's one and see how many overlap. So we have writing, there's one. Reading, there's two.
Yep.
Squash. What?
Indoor tennis.
Yeah, no, I know what it is. I wasn't thinking that women just turn into squashes. Horse riding.
Or they like to just squash things.
Watching movies. That's an activity.
That's something everybody likes, I think.
Art. Cooking. There's 3. Singing. Join a band. That was the last one you did. That was the last one.
Not make a band. Join one.
Running.
And
then the picture right under it just says run. Swimming. Scrapbooking. Jewelry making. Wine tasting. Track driving. Pole dancing. Knitting, there's 4. Gardening, there's 5. Photography, there's 6. Join a book club. Collect things. Learn to play an instrument, there's 7. Candle making. Yoga. Volunteering. Gym. Online games. Foraging. This isn't the 1850s. Foraging. You can go to Walmart.
I'm looking for blackberries.
I need some blackberries. Caving. Host board game parties. That's apparently a white thing, so I guess there's one for
white women.
There's one for that overlap. Chart your family tree. So genealogy.
Yeah.
Yep. There's like 7. Run a side business. So, restoration and go traveling.
So if the things that overlap, that means everybody likes those.
Yeah. Now that one was better for what it was saying, like 35 hobbies for women. Like I could definitely
stereotypically speaking, of course.
Yeah, stereotypically like that.
Like
a lot
I don't
of that
think
made
of
sense.
a man's hobby is definitely not candle making.
Yeah, and you would typically say like a man's hobby would not be knitting, but you know, to each their own.
Yeah.
So those are stereotypical hobbies. This is just a list of hobbies, so maybe we'll try to find one that you might want to read into a little bit
So
more.
far, none of these have piqued my interest.
So would you like to look at indoor hobbies or outdoor hobbies first?
Indoor, please.
Yeah, didn't even think. I don't even. You know what? Honestly,
you didn't have to ask me.
I don't even think we're gonna touch the outdoor hobbies. Let's see. Cabaret. Do what?
What? What?
I'm just gonna kind of go through and see which ones that you might like. Coloring. I
mean,
confectionery.
Coloring is like, I mean, like maybe as part of the whole of drawing. Yes.
Yeah. Crocheting, couponing, DIY, embroidery.
Hold on, do it yourself. What?
It literally just says do it yourself. Just
do,
fucking do it, Sam. Just fucking do it.
Do something by yourself.
Literally anything can be DIY.
Yeah.
Drawing. Fashion design. Gaming, tabletop games and role-playing games. which is something that we also do like to do. I completely
true.
forgot about that whole thing.
Yeah, that is a hobby. Okay.
Lego building, video gaming,
Do people not make model trains? Have I been lied to?
model making.
Okay. What about bird watching? Do people not do that? I thought
That's
people
an
did
outdoor one. Bird. There's butterfly watching.
Well, to be fair, that's outside.
Yeah. There's butterfly watching. I don't see bird watching on here. What? Why would bird watching not be one?
But butterfly watching is?
What the fuck?
I am so confused by these lists, Trace.
Do you like collecting things?
Like, what do you mean? Am I a hoarder?
Like
Is that what you're asking me?
the next thing is collection hobbies.
Okay, let's hear some collecting.
Would you like to look at indoor or outdoor?
I collect things outdoors? Like what?
Like sea glass and minerals and...
Okay, I'm going to stop here
insects.
right there because this list could be infinite because you can collect anything.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. The collection hobbies is, I think, the shortest of the list.
How is that possible?
Okay, I found bird watching. It's observation hobbies. But
what about bird? Okay, your list is fucked up.
I didn't make this list. I want you to...
I don't care. This list is dumb, and I'm so sick of it.
The other collection hobbies like fossil hunting and antiquities. Those good ones.
Yeah, of course. Everybody knows
Indoor
them.
hobbies
Everybody
such
loves
as
them.
action figures, art,
Squash.
Squash. No, I don't see no squash.
What? Women love squash.
Yeah, women love squash. If there's one thing I know about women, which there isn't a lot, is that women love squash.
Like, I talk to them and I'm like, hey, what are you doing next week? And they're like, I'm playing squash every day.
I'm squashing.
Squash!
Yep. That's what they're all about.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god, squash is on here.
There's... Okay. The only
Competitive
people,
hobbies,
the only
outdoor,
people
squash.
The only people who I know who have ever played squash are Fraser and Niles from Frasier.
I almost spit my fucking drink out everywhere.
Yeah, he took a drink right when I told the joke, so he needs to be careful.
Oh my god.
What's next? Are you gonna be okay?
Competitive hobbies. Whew.
Capture the flag.
These are just games. Mahjong! Yeah!
Mahjong!
That one got me really excited. Capture the flag. Is that one of them? Nope. What about disc golf?
Ultimate Frisbee.
Ultimate Frisbee is really fun.
I've never played.
I've played that a couple of times. It is very active. It's a very active
outdoors, so I'm gonna pass.
Very outdoorsy. Observation hobbies. Now,
That's looking at things, right?
yeah, so this is the one where bird watching was. Aircraft spotting. Now, I got one for you that I have no fucking clue what it is.
Okay.
And after I read this word, I don't know if my life will ever be the same.
Okay.
This is an outdoor observation hobby called gongoozling.
What does that mean?
A gongoozler.
I have to pick up this hobby just so I can call myself that.
Is a person who enjoys watching activity on the canals of the United Kingdom? Why is it so specific?
Why does it have to be the United Kingdom? Why
The
can't I
term
just go
is-
to my local canal?
Okay. The term is also used more generally to describe those who harbor an interest in canals. An interest in canals and canal life, but do not actively participate.
So, like, Teddy Roosevelt was a gongoozler, right?
It's a big gongoozler.
Can you get it together?
This is the best fucking hobby that exists on the planet Earth.
No, me and Trace are now gongoozlers. We're gonna learn
I'm
a lot about.
I'm gonna start learning everything about canals just so I can be a
What else is there to learn? It's like a man-made river,
It's a passage.
right?
But here's the thing. There's so much more. It's so deep. It's so more deep than you think it is. Because you're not a real gongoozler like me.
You didn't even know what that it was.
Oh my god.
Any other crazy things?
No, I only went to this Wikipedia article just so I could get to Gone Goozling. Because when I was laughing earlier before we started recording, it's because I saw the word Gone Goozling.
Okay.
And I didn't want to learn anything else about it until now.
Well, it's good news.
Okay, let's move on. Okay, now that we know a lot more about hobbies.
I'd like to know how to make a model train set.
I guess that's the hobby that you really like. Because
I don't know. That's just the one that comes to mind. I want to.
So let's try to narrow down which hobbies.
Okay.
To help you find a new one. So,
okay.
Do you like hobbies that sharpen the mind?
I guess so.
Okay. Well, okay.
Is this a quiz?
These are no. This is gonna.
Can you find
these will break down?
Hold on. Can you find a BuzzFeed quiz on what new hobby we should pick up?
Boy, I already have one.
Hell yeah!
Okay, it's actually Play Buzz, but you know
that's the same thing.
Yeah.
Why are you getting like cheap rip-off BuzzFeed stuff? You got Cracked and you got whatever you just said.
Well, because Play Buzz was the only one that looked like it was going to be stupid.
Okay.
Everything else looks pretty serious. So
okay.
I'm going to break it down for you. These are going to be like sections, and you tell me which one sounds best to you.
Okay.
Hobbies that sharpen the mind. Hobbies for kids and families. Hobbies for the physically...
Nope, not physically active.
Hobbies for science and nature lovers. Hobbies for the history buff. Hobbies for men. Hobbies that can earn money. Hobbies for the collector. Like the Marvel movie character, the collector. Hobbies for the homebody crafter and artist. Social hobbies.
No.
Musical hobbies. Hobbies for stress relief.
How many are there?
Seasonal hobbies. Cheap hobbies. There are too many fucking hobbies.
Okay, I'm gonna say I want to do either cheap hobbies, art hobbies, or history hobbies.
Well, I'm looking at cheap hobbies, and those are pretty dumb.
Okay, so let's go to art hobbies then.
Hobbies for the homebody crafter, artist, and nester. Home projects, jewelry making, baking, painting, pottery, drawing, candle making.
What is this
Sounds
voice?
like it's for a bunch of women. Feng shui?
That's like a way of building houses, right?
It's like a way of like decorating to like give the room a more flowing energy, I think is the way I see it.
Are you sure? Because I thought it was something about how houses were built in like Asia.
I don't know. It might be.
Oh well.
I don't know. Everything on this list doesn't look funny. It's just like actual hobbies.
Well, forget about that then.
Do you want to build a dollhouse?
Absolutely. Okay, I found my new hobby. I'm going to build a dollhouse.
Would you like to hear about some hobbies that can earn money?
Okay. Podcasting? Is that on there?
Sadly no.
Oh, man.
Freelance writing and blogging, which is something that I don't know, but it is something at one point where I was like, I could get some money out of writing shitty articles on the internet, and I was looking into it like really hard. Crafting, cake decorating, garage sale, and auctions. I feel like that's to spend money. Freelance photography, carpentry, graphic design.
Yes.
Yep.
Hobbies
for men includes taxidermy.
Oh, it does?
Yep. Woodworking, ping pong?
What? I want to take a quiz. What are we doing here?
Let's go to the quiz. Okay. Let's wrap it up with this quiz. This will definitely... That last thing couldn't help you find your hobby.
It couldn't.
This will tell you what hobby you should have.
I'll take it up. I'm going to... Oh, I shouldn't do that. I'm not going to do that. I'll do it after we decide what it is before I promise to do it.
Okay, here's the thing. This first question already has nothing to do with hobbies. Pick your favorite late night snack. How does this help you with hobbies?
Dude, you can't even get into this guy's mindset. You were playing checkers while he was playing chess.
He's been playing chess for years. He is so fluent in it. What's your favorite late night snack? Beef jerky, popcorn, coffee, grilled cheese sandwich, leftover pizza, cheese grapes, and crackers.
I mean, I would prefer leftover pizza, but it's not always there, so I'd go with that.
Yeah, that makes the most sense for you, I think.
Hey, what do you mean by that?
I mean, shut up.
Means
When you're
it
old,
means
how
you
do
like pizza.
means you like leftover pizza, loser. When you're old, how do you want to live out your golden years? Luxury living in the city,
Dead.
traveling the world, living it up in Las Vegas, in your enormous personal library surrounded by books, dining at the most interesting restaurants, or cabin in the woods.
This is a very hopeful outlook. I expect to be in the hospital.
Dying a slow and agonizing death.
Okay, which one sounded like the most isolated?
Enormous personal library surrounded by books.
No, I don't.
Cabin in the woods.
No, because then that'll be a movie.
Yeah, that is, yeah. Luxury living in the city?
No, I don't like cities.
Traveling the world.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's travel the world together.
How digitally connected do you like to be? I mostly share socially and environmentally conscious articles and raise awareness. I stalk people online, but I don't say much. I retweet at least 5 celebrity statuses per day, which is something you don't do.
I
Because you
don't.
just got a Twitter. Go follow
Yeah, I
one of
did.
those.
I did. Yeah, please. I feel like I have no reason to tweet anything because
Yeah.
just talking to 10 people.
Yep. I love trolling and posting inflammatory stuff online.
I troll to forums.
Hello, 2008. I go online to laugh at spelling and grammar errors.
Oh God.
Anyone who does any of this is someone that I don't like.
What was the one about? I guess I stalk people, if anything. I don't really do that though.
You just kind of you're a silent observer.
Yeah, I'll take that second half of that where I don't say much.
I don't say much.
I don't say much.
Which scenario would be the most embarrassing to you? Accidentally trip a waiter and watch food fly all over the restaurant.
Oh no! So embarrassing.
Your friend throws you a surprise party and you walk in naked. What? You would have had to have...
I'm dying just thinking of that.
Here's the thing. You would have to walk in from outside while being naked.
Yeah, I lay out in my yard nude sometimes.
Celebrity retweet your status making fun of you. You read the map wrong and get your friends lost and miserable in the woods. That one just sounds horrible. That's so embarrassing.
That's so embarrassing.
You die choking on a hot dog because it's like a penis.
That's gay.
Oh my god.
Is that it?
Pretend you already read the book everyone's talking about and get called out.
That's a more genuine fear. Even though I would never admit to having read a book because I don't read as much as I should. And by that I mean it all.
Yeah.
Is that it? Is that the list?
Yeah, that's all of them.
I would hate to walk in naked to my surprise party.
That is pretty embarrassing. Just standing there.
I mean, the questions would be the worst part. Why are you naked? You just came in the building.
You entered the building. So, yeah, I think that one's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay, you can only pick one beverage to drink for the rest of your life. What is it?
Coke
Anything
Zero.
Unusual in fair trade. Cool,
Coke Zero.
And tropical. No frills domestic beer contains caffeine, mint and cucumber infused lemon flavored water.
Is Coke Zero on there?
No, sadly, no, because
What?
that is, I think, the number one drink. We
We
are if Coke Zero, specifically Coke Zero, not Coke. I don't care about Coca-Cola. If specifically Coke Zero will sponsor us, I will till the day I die sing its praises.
Of course, I'll do that anyway. But
So
I'll
do you
do
want
it
to go
more.
with contains caffeine because
Yes.
that's the closest thing to Coca-Cola Zero sugar?
Yes,
I was really scared when they said they were changing it up, but they
Yeah.
really didn't change it up. I think it actually got better. In my
I think
opinion.
so too.
They're a strange twist of fate.
Hold on, I want to ask you a quick
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
If Coke Zero stopped being made, what would be the diet drink you would switch to?
Diet Dr. Pepper.
Oh, that's not bad. I like Diet Mountain Dew.
That's a good one.
And have you ever had Diet Sunkist?
Yeah.
It's very good. Here's the
I
thing.
like Diet Dr Pepper because it's the thing that it's the diet beverage that tastes closest to the original.
I think Diet Sunkist is better than regular Sunkist.
Okay.
Because
Now,
regular
I've
Sunkist is really strong, but Diet Sunkist is a little more mild.
I've drinking so many diet drinks that at this point, when a drink is too sugary, I think it's disgusting.
No, I can definitely still drink like
I can't.
Coke.
I literally can't. Like I tried a regular Coke the other day, or it was Coke orange vanilla. I was like, because that's like one of my favorite flavors.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is far too sweet.
Okay. Well, let's get back to the quiz.
The quiz restarted for some reason. I'm gonna have to. Let's keep talking about.
Yeah,
let's talking about diet drinks.
Yeah, while you do that,
the question we were at.
My mom drinks Diet Coke, like exclusively.
Diet Coke is pretty good.
We all have our own. So my brother drinks Diet Mountain Dew. My mom drinks Diet Coke. I drink Coke Zero, and my dad drinks tea like some sort of loser.
Like some sort of Brit. What is he? A traitor?
No, it's sweet tea, fortunately, and it's not made like how they described it.
It's like actually sweet.
It's American. It's American tea.
It's like good tea.
Oh shit!
Oh damn!
You just
Where's
got
all that
called
tea
out.
now, boys?
Yeah, it's in the harbor.
Harbor. Fuck you guys.
Are you there yet?
Through a strange twist of fate, you find out you were originally born into a royal family, and they want you to return. What's your first move? How does this have anything to do with hobbies?
I would do it to sponsor this podcast.
Start building the house of my dreams on a private island far, far away from civilization. Run away into the mountains. No, I'm not wearing a cape. What?
What? I would love to.
Moving into your first castle and redecorate with a zombie theme. Hire a stylist. You have to look good for all those photos. Start planning your charities you will support. After all, with great power comes great responsibility. Get access to secret rare historical documents. Now, I am willing to say start planning the podcast you will support, and I will accept this one as the answer.
I mean, it's like you have to say the charity one, right?
Yeah, you have to, but we know that you wouldn't. So, what would you do?
Well, I would, but
Okay.
and then the castle one really got me until they said do something with zombies, and I was like,
zombies. Which one would you do?
what was the last one again?
Get access to secret rare historical documents. Now that would be neat.
That'd be cool, but I don't care that much. I guess the charity one.
Charity. Yeah, right. We know you're a selfish prick. You've been given 24
okay, hold
hours
on. Whoa. You need to apologize to me right now because that was very rude.
You've been given 24 hours.
No. You apologize to me.
Sam, I'm sorry. Okay? I'm sorry.
Next question. Thank you.
You've been given 24 hours of invisibility. Where do you go? I'll play jokes on everyone I know. Stuff your face with food from the best restaurants for free.
That's stealing.
I'll go frolic with grizzly bears. They can't eat me if they can't see me.
They can smell you.
I'm so glad that I picked this quiz over all the other ones because this one is fucking ridiculous.
It makes no sense. How is this going to determine a hobby?
Well, let's see. Hopefully, it's like crocheting or something. I'm going to listen into my friends talk about me. I'll observe as many tender, amazing moments in people's lives as possible: weddings, funerals, and births. And
I'm gonna play pranks on people. Obviously,
I'll gather some dirt on a giant corporation and give it to the press. So, do you still want to play jokes on everyone? You know?
Obviously.
It's not Sam if it's not pranking. We need to get you a prank channel.
It's just a prank, bro.
It's just a prank. Pranks in the Hood. You get to pick any vehicle to take on a road trip. What is it? The latest electric car. It's super sustainable. A camper van, so I can be self-contained and have everything I need at any time. A pickup truck. A classic 60s muscle car blasting rock music. There's no other way to take a road trip.
No.
You had one of those.
I had a 1974 Mustang. It had no air conditioning. So I can tell you right now, a road trip in that thing would be literally the worst ever.
A perfect condition vintage roadster. Red convertible, top down, soak up the sun.
The van, because that's roomy and that's efficient, and I'm not stupid.
Yep. Fair enough. Fair enough.
That was
making a dinner.
That was a bit judgy. I'm sorry.
No, it was right. It was the right answer.
Oh, this is like a quiz. You have the answer key in front of you?
Yeah, I mean, it's my opinion, but yes. You're making dinner to impress your date. Ooh.
That doesn't happen.
What do you decide to cook? Chilled tomato soup, a salad with goat cheese, pistachios, and a balsamic glazed strawberry.
Pop-Tart.
Homemade macaroni and cheese.
Homemade mac and cheese.
Rearranged Chinese takeout so it looks like I made it from scratch. 4 different types of sushi. Roasted marrow with a celery puree and black truffles. Vegetarian enchiladas.
Is Pop-Tart on there?
No, sadly.
Okay.
Sadly, no.
I mean, it would be either mac and cheese or... No, it'd be mac and cheese.
Yeah.
But not homemade. Like, it'd be Kraft.
Yeah, Kraft mac and cheese. The zombie apocalypse starts.
No.
When was this? This was like 2018, so this wasn't even like when the zombie craze was popular.
I guess this guy didn't get the memo.
Yeah. The zombie apocalypse starts. You immediately board up all your doors and windows and stay inside. Take pictures and to document the tragedy. Drink wine and read your journals. Not a bad way to spend your last days. Dress in your nicest clothes. It's the end. You're gonna look good. Start a website to help organize the zombie fighters. I don't think... Anyway. Eat all the perishables. Can't let good leftovers go to waste. Ride around blasting music and zombies from your truck. Grab your camping gear and head for the mountains.
I would absolutely just start eating things.
Just eat all the perishables.
Yeah, just start shoving Twinkies in your mouth.
Calculating results.
Okay, here we go.
You do fucking what?
What do I have to do?
You have to start growing carnivorous plants.
Dude, that sounds amazing. I wish I could do that. That sounds
expensive, though. It's a picture from Little Shop of Horrors that it's showing me with Audrey 2.
Feed me.
Feed me, Seymour Butts. Seymour Butts. It'd be funny if that was his name, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes dealing with people exhausts you, but that's only because you have such a tender soul that you have to protect it carefully.
Oh my gosh.
Send a message that your nurturing nature has a toothy edge by growing carnivorous plants.
So grow some plants that eat things.
That eat animals. As you gently stroke and feed your baby Venus flytraps.
No.
Others will finally understand that you're a warm and helpful person, but your boundaries are sharp and clear.
Don't assume that I'm getting a Venus flytrap. Maybe it's a pitcher. Maybe it's a pitcher plant.
Yeah, maybe you're gonna grow Audrey 3
or Sundew.
Or yeah.
Anyways.
Yep. Let's
you know what?
Wrap this.
I'm gonna try to do that.
You're gonna try to grow a carnivorous.
I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna look into it.
All right. Well, what happened today in history other than your brand new thing that you're gonna start doing?
I just opened it and looked at it, and I just realized how uneventful it is.
Oh yeah.
Today. What is it again? June. What?
I don't know.
Oh, 3rd. Yes.
Yeah.
Big. The film premiered.
No, don't even fucking say that it's uneventful. That is one of my favorite
I know you love
movies.
that movie. That's why I picked it. But
that is one of my favorite fucking movies.
Well, we talked about like the Yalta conference one time, and that's like a big historical event. This is just a movie,
and it all pales in comparison to the best movie ever made.
Tom Hanks is great. So
Tom Hanks is fucking amazing.
How can you not love Tom Hanks? If somebody out there doesn't like Tom Hanks...
This movie started me on a Tom Hanks binge where I watched 3 different Tom Hanks movies and stayed up till 6 in the morning, made a tweet. I could possibly... Let's keep talking about Big while I search through my Twitter to find this tweet, okay?
Well, I mean...
It has Robert Loggia.
I think that should be like a test. Like they think you're a suspect in a murder, and they're like, do you like Tom Hanks? And if you say no, you're like, you move to like the top of the list.
Yeah. they instantly move you to Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah, they start torturing you.
Yeah, they waterboard you as soon as you say, I don't like Tom
No,
Hanks.
Tom Hanks comes to your house and waterboards you.
Oh my god. I would say no just to meet Tom Hanks.
You're like, I'm your biggest fan. I really loved you in Forrest Gump.
That was a great movie. Okay.
Did you find the tweet?
No, let's keep talking about it. At one point I tweeted, we'll do a deep dive on my Twitter at some point. Keep talking about stuff. I can't.
Well, fine. I was talking with my, I think, is it Apollo 11 that he was in? Is that the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was talking to my dad about it, and my mom was there, and she was talking about it too. This is very hard to just, like, fill space without somebody responding to me. And we, like, looked it up, and he had, like, a pretty good stretch of movies. I don't remember what they were, though. Can you please find this tweet? What is wrong with you?
Come up with a lie. Do it.
I
found it. Never mind. I found it.
Too long. Moving on to the next thing.
No, I found it.
Right,
I found it.
The holiday for today is...
No, Sam, I found it. I just found it. We haven't even done a live for our event.
Too bad you took too long.
January 20th, 2018. Tom Hanks is America's sweetheart, and no one can tell me otherwise. If you disagree, just watch the movie Big. He's like the coolest uncle you never had, but always wanted.
Okay, you made me sit there and, like, talk like an idiot.
And then someone told me that he was in a Carly Rae Jepsen music video where he lip syncs her video the whole time, and I was so fucking shocked to find that out. It's called "I Really Like You," and he is in the whole video. And let me tell you that it is probably the best music video that has ever existed. Okay. One lie about Tom Hanks is that he is bad.
Okay.
Okay.
I can't think of anything.
Because there's nothing else that you can defame him on. What's today's holiday?
Okay, today in Sam's Holiday Corner.
Yep.
It's National Leave Office Early Day.
So just right now, while you're listening to this,
just stand up
and fucking leave work.
Just run out.
Just leave.
And just screaming, "It's National Leave the Office Early Day. Come on, everyone.
Come on, everyone.
Let's
Come
go
on,
get
everybody.
Let's go get burritos."
Specifically burritos. That's how you have to celebrate this holiday.
Yeah.
I think this one's pretty self-explanatory.
So I
leave so you can go watch Tom Hanks movies.
Do you work Monday?
Yes, I do.
I need you to leave early and go get a burrito.
I don't think I can, but
I need you to do that. You got to celebrate the day. I don't have a job, so
I don't think I want to get fired though.
Well, we'll see if Trace is a chicken.
Nobody calls me chicken.
Okay, well, don't celebrate this day. Don't get fired.
Unless you hate your job.
Yeah.
Which I probably should just leave.
You could also just, like, fake sick.
Yeah, just go, I threw up. I puked. Don't even go to the bathroom. Just walk into your boss's office and just go.
No, walk into your boss's office, stick your finger down your throat, and vomit on the floor. You're like, "I'm sick. I need to go home." And he's like, "You're crazy. You're fired."
If you continuously just shove your finger down your throat to, like, activate your gag reflex.
He's like, "You are sick," like, in the head. And he says, "Get out of my office."
Okay. And
Okay.
you're like, yeah, I did it. Okay.
Well, that was the holiday.
That one really picked up at the very end. That was so... I'm, like, sweating.
Are you okay?
Because I was screaming about Tom Hanks. Whew. Okay. Well, this has been, from our perspective, a podcast about Tom Hanks.
Absolutely nothing.
Podcast.
Hold on. A podcast about Tom Hanks, Gremlins, water towers, hobbies, a little bit.
A little bit of hobbies.
And vomiting in your boss's office.
Yeah, and faking sick.
Yeah.
If you like what we do, I guess you could give us a follow or subscribe to us on any platform that you find your podcast, because we're on pretty much all the main ones. On iTunes and Spotify and YouTube, you can find the podcast under From Our Perspective. You could also find us on Podbean, and that's where we're hosted. If you want to listen, or if you want to hear us more other than the podcast, we have social medias where we sometimes post things. You can find us at FOP_pod on Instagram and Twitter, and you could also find us on Facebook at Large Lads. We'll post updates about episodes, stuff like that. If you have a topic at all, let us know. I'm really struggling to pick one out each week. Sam has them all, but it's harder for me. Also, feel free to leave us a review, please. Let us know how we're doing, good, bad, or otherwise. Other than that, we post the podcast every Monday, and we will see you next Monday. I've been Trace.
And I've been Sam.
Goodbye.
Toodaloo!